Hello, hello, my friends. How are you? Hope you're having a good week. Yes, it's Tuesday, and you are in the right place if you want to know about Cricut. We are working with the Cricut Joy tonight, and I have a free file for you to try, so we'll talk about that. Let me move this over here so I can see you, and I'll come back. So please let me know when you're here. I just want to double check and see if it's showing up, because I might be talking to myself. Oh, yay. Hey, Susan. Good. I'm not alone. Phew. All right. I posted a video today that was kind of like a look behind the scenes. And if you haven't seen it, hey, Shannon, just go check out my blog, which is really easy to find. It's just karamiller.com. And I put it on the front page for a while till I get too embarrassed, and then I'll take it down. It was just, hey, Jeanette, come on in behind the scenes. Let's see what's going on. Lana, you're here. Woo, hold on. And Lana's having internet issues, so maybe she's here. We're not sure for how long. Hey, Kim, welcome. Oh, you guys, it's so good to see your faces. Well, I'm not seeing your faces, I'm seeing your names. But I can imagine what your faces look like. So anywho, for a long time now, hey, Bonnie, I feel like Alice in Wonderland, like lost in the woods. I just was trying 100 things, and everything seemed so weird. And Brenda, hey. And I just, I thought, oh, well, it's this. Oh, well, let's try that. And every single time, there was this naggy little thing in my little voice in my brain that kept saying, And I finally, I started taking some business courses. Last week, I took a ton with this awesome lady that's mostly for direct sales people, but I discovered in the situation that that's not really me. Really, me is what my profile has said forever. I'm a teacher, plain and simple. That is what I do. I can share cool things that I like with you, but I'm just not really made up to be a salesperson like that. It makes me feel oogy. I don't really like it. I'll share anything you want. I can share, the best coupon deal, the best shopping sites. So anyway, all my chalk is still here. It didn't go anywhere. It's all right here. And I'm going to use it for me on projects and things, and I'll share cool things with you, and I'll show you how we might be able to bring it into Cricut sometimes. But I got to do who I am. Yeah. I try, and Jeannie wrote me a little note. I don't know if Jeannie's on here right now, but Jeannie wrote me a note and told me the same thing and said, it's okay. It's okay. And I thought, oh, I don't know. I should, and I did, and I can't. Bottom line, I got to be me. There's a song about that, I think, and no, I'm not singing. So anywho, I re-upped the classroom. I got it all pretty. Let me bring you in and show you that. Let's just a second. Let's get to it. And that's not it. Try that. And here is the classes that are now coming up for enrollment. This one I popped back in here. The daily challenge. There's some great embellies in there. So if you just want to get some cards made, this is a great one. That's not new. We did that in January. But these four are all brand new. And we're going to do something different in each of them. So I'm doing it a little bit different than I did before. I'm having a technique class each month. So this month it's print then cut. And then I'm going to have, funny, I love it. And then I'm going to have classes that will be project based, but they'll be using that technique. So hopefully it will be more than just a technique class that you then forget about. So we'll learn the technique and then we'll put it to use. So at the moment, because this is kind of like the middle to the end of a month, I haven't set up a monthly option. There will be a monthly option in September. If you want, we used to do them that way where it was the I want it all thing. I just didn't have enough classes to make it worth doing I want it all. So anywho, the classes are there. They will have, some of them have a mini recorded content, but there will be a Zoom live that takes us from A to Z with them. That will be recorded. They will have whispers. They will have supply lists added. So I've just started refilling the classroom. Anything that you have enrolled in before, it's still there. It's not open for enrollment right now, but it's still there. So you should have it. Once you log in, I don't control that. You use your email, and if you don't remember the password, it'll say forgot password, and they'll send you a link to fix it. It's not something I can do. So anywho, there's that. The other thing I want to show you is, this is it's not embarrassing, but it's pretty close to my heart. This video here. So watch that. And that'll tell you like what's going on with me. And I think you'll understand a little bit better. You all know you're here because you've taken Cricut classes with me before. Even Facebook knew what I really should be doing, and I kept fighting with it. I fought with everything, saying, oh, no. Oh, no. I should do this. This is new and pretty. Not so true. So anywho, what are we doing? Tonight we are going to, Bonnie, I have to read that in case anyone didn't see it. The first class Bonnie took with me was in a Creating Keepsakes convention in Houston a bazillion years ago. And I was teaching little 5x5 board books. We've done them since. Little board books, had nothing to do with Cricut. It was the Mod Podge event of the day. I used, what were those? Quick Quotes, chalk inks. Loved those. Loved their inks. They were so cool. We used those inks to ink the edges. I used different pattern paper from different companies, not any one in particular. I loved Doodlebug back in the day. And I literally hand cut them all with a trimmer. It was before Cricut. So they were really fun. And then we added Cricut to, yeah, at least, Bonnie, at least that long. Yeah. Yep, 15 probably. And then in doing that, I met a woman who started an online classroom. And back when I started my Cricut classes, they were PowerPoints with still photos. They weren't videos. They weren't live. It was crazy. My whispers used to be printed here. I have this huge laser printer, would print and cut. Right, Brenda? Oh, Quick Coats ink was the best. So now I don't represent well, I'm still a Cricut designer, but I don't represent any paper companies. I sadly resigned from Stampin' Up. I still am not positive that was a great idea, but I needed to focus on where my heart is, and my heart is here in the classroom. And I just wasn't able to tell you all the things I wanted to tell you necessarily. Like maybe I like somebody else's paper, and maybe I like Quick Coats inks. I like a lot of different things, and I was kind of stymied. If I represent one company, then I need to stick with that one. That's only fair. So now it's just me, just little old me again, and I'm kind of liking it. So let's go right into Design Space. And oh no, let me show you first. In here, if you click on the Shop Simple SVG shop, click on that and you will see this free embelly right here. Yes, totally free. So click on that if you want to make this card that we're making tonight. And there's no charge, there's nothing, I promise, there's no catch. It will download. Remember the trick to these, my SVGs do not come in zipped. They're not all tangled up. They're little, they can handle it. You download it, save it wherever you're going to save it. That's the key. You have to remember that. And then you're going to upload it in Design Space. So let's go. Yeah, Shannon, I made a bunch today. So let's go back into Design Space. See, you'll be happy. You really will. I'm just not sure that yeah, I'm good. I really am good. All right, I'm going to take me off of there because I don't want it to cover up part of the screen. Let me see if I can do that. Can I take me off? No? Yep, I can. Okay, cool. All right, so you are going to remember where you saved your free embelly, and you're going to say upload. Right? The Joy is the best. If you are a card maker, and again, I don't work for Cricut. I work for me. If you are a card maker, the Cricut Joy is the coolest little toy in the whole wide world. You know I love anything mini, like miniature dollhouses and miniature anythings. I'm not mini, but I like mini things. The Joy is just the coolest thing if you're a card maker. So anywho, you're going to upload your free one into Design Space. I'll do it again. I have mine in here, but I will do it. Browse. Remember where you put it. And then say upload. Okay? All right, so these are just really starters. So instead of just cutting your card into funky shapes, this is how you're going to do them. You're going to start your design here. You're not even seeing it. Goodness. Let me do it again. Upload the image, browse, remember where it is, bring it in. You can give it a name, you can give it a note, this is where you can put tags in if you want. Remember, tags are things you might search for later. So now I've called it the August Embelly and said that it was the free one. That might help you. You might decide to put in here card. It kind of looks like a moon, but it wasn't made to be a moon. It was made to be a space to either put your stamped image, or you're going to do some journaling, some sentiments. That's what that space is for, but you might put in there moon because it does kind of look like a moon. Things that you would search for later. And then when you bring it in, you're going to click on it and say insert. Now, when they come in, notice these are all grayed out. That's because they're all grouped together. So we are going to ungroup, and we're going to just take a peek and see what we've got here. The beauty of embellies is they have this base shadow layer, but it also is a placement layer. So when you then cut these other layers out, you know exactly where to put them. That's where they're going to go. You can think about your colors that you want. Pattern paper works great. You don't have to just stick with clearly black and gray, would be kind of ugly unless it was Halloween, which it could be. But the cool thing about this is you could now design your card right here. Oh, that works good, Lana. Lana uses Embelly, Card, and Cara. So then she knows so when she wants to find all the files that she got from me, she can just search for my name. That's a good one. Okay, so I am going to, because this doesn't have a card base to it, this is just layers that would go on the top of the card. So let's say you want a card base, you could do that, you could build your own. Honest to goodness, a card base is really just easy enough to cut with your trimmer. You know, you just grab your trimmer and you cut your 8.5 by 11. You do this quick in the air here, and you're going to cut this to 5.5, right? My trimmer is really tired. And then you're going to score at 4.25. And now you have your card base that your embelly is going to fit beautifully on. All right, so there's that. Card base ready to go, okay? So I didn't really need a Cricut for that. If I am using the full-size Maker or Explore, then I could put a card in and have it score it for me, all those things. With the Joy, you can't really get a full-size card. You can, but there's no need. There's no need. It's so much easier to use the trimmer. Okay? All right, so now we're going to come back in here. And there was a question I asked the other day in our group, what do you like better, your stamp or your pen? And we kind of got a 50-50. Some people like to use the pen. Some people like to use their stamps. I'm going to use a pen tonight because I wanted to remind you, hey Deborah, I wanted to remind you that the Joy pens are different than the regular Cricut pen. Here's a regular Cricut pen, okay? Here's a Joy pen. It's a little bit shorter and a little bit fatter. And when you take the tip off, you can see it's completely different. Can you see that okay? All right, so just make sure that you get the right one. That also translates into the blade is totally different. So if you've always used your other Cricut and you get yourself a Joy, know that you're going to need different pens and you're going to need a different replacement blade. Now the mats are different too. They're smaller. Oh, I don't have my big ones over here. They make a long one too. Oh, I should grab them. They make this one, and then what makes the Cricut Joy such a thing, let me grab the other mat so I can show you, is this mat. This is the mat that makes it oh so cool. And how this works is it allows you, I've got a whole bunch stuck together, it allows you to take your card and just put one layer under this. See how that opens up? So your card slides under here, and then you can cut something out on the front. If you look at any of the Cricut files for Joy, that's the style that they do. They have you do kind of a stencily cut out here, and then you take another piece of paper. There's 4 little slits, and the other paper pops behind it. I have to say I'm not the biggest fan of that. It's okay, but they all look the same. I love using embellies because they don't look the same. Nobody makes them the same. We could all use the same file and none of our cards would look exactly the same. So, I digress. Where was I going? Oh, let me bring you back here. So, what if I said, well, I want this card to be for I'm just reading back. I was reading notes. Hey, Kathy. I will look back here. Let's bring a shape in. I want to add a card base picture just to give me sizing ideas. So this is going to be 5.5, and I'm going to unlock it by 4.25, and I'm going to pick clearly a better color. Remember, we can switch the color there, and then I have to send this to the back. Okay, so here's my card base. So I have space on this one, right? So we have like this blank space up here, and then we have this. This black would be awesome in a pattern. It would be really cool in some kind of designer series. I'm still going to throw those terms out. Sorry, guys. A patterned paper. 4.5 years is it's going to take me a bit to deprogram myself. Patterned paper. This gray would be great as a solid cardstock. And then your white is, I would cut it out of white if I was going to use it to stamp on. So I would use my stamping cardstock, or if you're going to write on it, then it doesn't matter. It could be any color. coordinating with your pen. Okay? All right, so the cool part about this is not only can I write on it, but I can use images from Cricut. So let's say I want a back to school card for somebody. I have 2 granddaughters going back. So I can look in here and see, oh, Cricut's got some cool stuff. You know, like I kind of like, notice these are drawing cards. Ooh, wait, that means I could draw on that circle, right? That might work. So I don't want us to be here till tomorrow, so let me pick something that's not so huge. Let's do this pencil, okay? We're gonna bring that in, and we're gonna say insert it. And now we have to think, well, that might look kind of cool on this circle, right? So let's shrink it down, bring it on over. Yep, I like that right there. Make it as big as I can get it. And then I'm gonna select, nope, I just want my circle. Select that, and I'm gonna say attach. So that's telling Cricut where you're gonna draw. Why are you not liking that? Oh, I have the wrong pen selected up here. It doesn't have a fine point. It has, it does. Do you have a Joy option? The one I have is green. Yep, it's happy now. I just must have had a color it didn't have. So when you get that little warning sign, it's probably not something serious because, yeah, the Joy can write. It truly can. So now let me make sure. Did I attach you? I did. Okay, so you're attached. That's telling my little Joy where it's going to write, and that tells it it's going to write on that piece of paper. Okay, so this I'm not going to cut out. That's just to give me my idea of my card. So I'm going to turn that off after I make sure I have everything I want. Do I want you are going to go like this, and you are going to go like this, and back to school is going to go here. So I could do something in here now, right? So let's go back out and look and see what other images we have. The cool thing about Design Space now is it doesn't forget what you were searching for before. Love that. And I don't know what I want. I don't know. This is all kind of words, and I don't really want that. A bus might look cute. You look at plain bus. Let's just get rid of. He's cute. Let's go to. Let's just say school bus. So you're designing while you go. So even though the embelly looks like something you have, it's already completed for you. Hey Melinda, yes, it is recorded, and it will be on YouTube and on my blog. So no worries. So later on tonight or first thing in the morning when you're not having a toddler with you, go check out this. Ooh, that's hard to see. KaraMiller.com, okay? And you'll see it there. No worries. We got you covered. All right, so I'm just going to go with this freebie one, and I'm going to insert it. Ooh, a little big. I'm going to shrink you down a little and pop you right there. I want it to look the other way, so I am going to flip this, and I like that better. Now the colors look hideous, but remember I'm not doing this layer. And now I can figure out what I'm going to do for colors, right? So this, I think, now looks like the bus should be going over the road, right? So let me see if I bring you down a little. And I know, like, I've designed this all in here. All right, so take this, and I am going to ungroup it for a minute because I don't know. Let me see. Will offset work? Oh, it will. Oh, Cricut, I love you. Okay, so offset will work. but I'm going to make it a little smaller. See, it's got that kind of light line around it. That's the new shadow option. I'm going to back this up a little so it's not quite so big. And I'm going to say apply. Okay, so here we go. We're going to move you over here. We're going to move you down here. We're going to take Mr. Bus, but I want this, and I'm going to bring it over here, like so, and I am going to weld this. And now my template is all connected. I know exactly where everything's going to go. And now, when I cut this baby out, this guy does have a bunch. And I don't know that I really need to do all of those. I have a black layer. I don't really need the black layer because I could do this as black and that would give me my tires and these, so that could eliminate it altogether. So if I turn you black and do my bottom layer of my card black, turn you off, yep, so now bring this over, whoops, send you to the back. So I'm doing all this work before I cut out a single thing. Okay, that's going to go like that. That looks awesome. The blue is going to fill in my windows, and I kind of need that. And then my yellow is the top. All right, so let's say make this baby. Let's see what happens. And now I am going to use on my regular mat. I'm not using the others. You might have a question about smart materials and think, hey, I'm smart. What's that? What's that? What are you talking about? Smart materials are the new vinyls that Cricut has come out with that allow you to use the machine without a mat. I am not a Cricut vinyl fan. I'm just not. I haven't tried it in a while. I tried it when it first came out and I wasn't impressed. I don't find using the mat that annoying, so I don't use it. I may try it again. Someone may convince me that it's worth trying again. Done. And we are ready. So the first one, we're going to need our pen and we're going to cut that out. Then we have, that's our background layer. And I didn't change the color on this one, but I'm going to make that be like rolling hills. So I'm going to want that to be a green. So look at, where is my other one? Oh, I'm like, where'd you go? So down here, we have these itty bitty little things. Those are the lights. I don't need that, right? I can be okay without the lights. I can use a pen because these are really tiny. Now that we're doing this on an embelly, these things are really little. So we're going to cancel you out for a second. Let's just see what else looks here. We have our window. All right, so cancel this for a sec. I'm going to come back here and I'm going to turn off this layer. Yeah, we don't need that one. And I'm going to change you so I don't forget to a green, because I'm going to make it be green grass. All right? Okay, now I'm going to make it. Now that assumes I can go find all these colored paper here. A lot of my paper went to New Hampshire, ladies. If anybody's looking for paper, check with my New Hampshire girls. I set them up for life. I'm going to say continue. And I am going to use medium cardstock. Hi, Marion. Oh, goodness. Hope you don't get in any trouble. Let me just see what I have over here for paper. Ooh, here's our green. We're going to use you. I just need, and here's my white. Nope, that's not it. That's an envelope. Have no fear. I have more paper than 12 people, so I'm A-okay. Don't you worry. Okay. White. Ooh, the only one I need is black now, right? You can tell I didn't design this before you got here because I wasn't sure what I was going to make. She does. Okay. All right. So notice it says that it wants me to load the pen. Let me see if I can do this so that you can still see what's going on. And I don't think I'm hiding too many things. All right, so I'm going to put my pen in here. Oh, see, this used to work. Ooh, now it does. There's a magnet in there. A lot of you have told me it doesn't work for you. It almost didn't want to work for me. Now it wants me to load the machine. What am I loading? I'm loading white. So I have to grab my piece of white and my trimmer again. Just over here. And I want you to look at the mat to figure out what is the size that you need, right? So if you look on the mat, you'll see that, well, we could do centimeters, but I don't. It's 4.5 by 6.5. That's the size of the mat. Now, I don't need that big for this little piece of white. But I'm going to cut this into sizes that I might. Yeah, it did, Shannon. It didn't want to grab, though. But it grabbed. It's designed that way. It's supposed to work that way. Someone told me it didn't work, though. Who told me theirs didn't work? I don't remember. Oh, if you're wondering why my mat's a little different blue, there are some off-brand mats that I've been using and I shared before on Amazon. I'll share the link later. They work just as well. They literally do, and they're really inexpensive. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to bring this over. The beauty of the Joy is it just grabs it, loads it in, makes sure that you have enough paper on it. Somehow it magically knows that. And then we're going to click go on the screen. We don't touch the machine at all. And it's going to go ahead and write. It's going to take it a minute. So while it's doing that, oh, cool. Maybe it was you, Shannon, because mine has worked fine, but yeah, these mats are great. They truly, and they come in the Joy size and the Maker size. Ooh, something else while we're talking about Cricuts. If you happen to have gotten the 3, either the Explorer 3 or the Maker 3, literally everything I have read, the only real difference between those machines is that they use the smart material, the smart vinyl. The Maker does cut a few more materials, but I don't have one. I still have my regular Maker. And because of that, their mats are different sizes because it's a bigger opening in the machine so that it can take a full 12-inch smart material. So do a little research on it. If you're not a smart material user, you may not need to purchase one, or if there's nothing wrong with your machine, right? Notice that I've got this little progress sign going on telling me we're at 88% now. That's really cool too, so that you know. I find the Joy works a gazillion times faster. It doesn't have as much to load. It's just quicker if you're making cards. Yep, mine too, Shannon. It works fine. I've had my Maker for a while, and it's happy-go-lucky. Okay, we're good. So then we can take this out, load this in, and tell it to go. And it's now going to go ahead and cut out the circle. Right? So cool. Now we didn't have to do anything. It's all done. We're going to tell it unload. And then we're going to flip this over. Remember, when you want to take stuff off the mat, you flip it over, peel it off. I was afraid of that. My blade is so dull. So dull. Yeah. I may have to work on this. But my blade is really bad. Wonder what I can do. I need to go higher. Let me see, what other material can I use. Let's go with heavy cardstock. Yeah, it should cut better this time. I'm not going to do that one again though. I forgot my machine's in really bad shape. So now I have the next thing that's coming along is the full-on shadow background. All right. So I need to cut this black to fit my mat. Remember I used to talk about card kits, cutting up your card kits? Yeah, this might be a good idea. Six by 4.5. Okay, we're going to pop that on. Right? Make sure we're good and stuck. Load her in. Just checking to be sure it's okay. Let's hope my blade manages for this one project. Have to do a little something with this one. I would just go cut it again, but I don't want to have to cut it again because it did all that cool writing. So we're just going to have to live with it. What do you do when this happens and you don't have an option? You don't want to do it again. You could do it again. My cutting is nowhere near as good as a Cricut, right? So it's kind of bumpy, but it'll be okay today. It actually kind of looks like a back to school cut by a younger child, so maybe that's not bad. Unload. That's my story. All right, we're going to flip this over. Oh, phew. Yep, that worked. And my new blade should be here any day, Mr. Amazon. So what could you do? You could ink these edges. Right, Shannon? That's what I just did. I used scissors. But you could ink the edges then. And that would kind of hide it out, make it not quite so obvious. You could cut careful. Okay, so there's that. And that's going to go there, right? You could grab a punch if you had one. Now I want my, and this is going to go on here so you can see how we're starting to build our card. I need my bus color. I guess we're going to let you be it. I don't know if I want, I'm really matchy, you know. That did not change at all. Load you in. We're still using our heavy cardstock, so we should be okay. And we're going to tell it go ahead, and now it's going to cut out our bus. So this started out with an embellishment, with an embelly that we then turned into something else. The cool part about these guys is they could go on a scrapbook layout too. This would make a super cute embellishment, popped in the corner of your scrapbook layout. So if you're not a card maker, they're still super fun, and using them with the Joy makes it go really quick, doesn't take up any room at all on your table. I love the Joy. I really do. I made sure that these will cut on it, but you can definitely do the other one. You can definitely use the big mat. If you wanted to mass produce, you wanted to make more than one card, you might want to do it on your other machine and just make more. Ooh, I like that, Susan. Add the kid's bus number. I love that. Of course, my girls really aren't riding the bus, but Grace would love to ride a bus, but Mom and Dad drop her off. All right, let's see how we doing. Some things that you're going to want to add to your collection if you don't already have them. You're going to want this Iron X for these because they are little pieces and they just work great with the X to assemble these, especially when you're using Cricut images. I still love my dimensional. No, Bo doesn't either. His mom takes him. And Robbie is going to kindergarten this year, and she will get driven too. The bus is kind of funky around here, and both of my kids feel better driving their own children. So they do. So there's that. Now I need the green, and I'm going to use, this is a Stampin' Up! Piece that I like, but I'm going to use the green. I'm going to trim you down a little. So no buses being ridden. I'm trying to think which way I want these. I know they do need a field trip. I think I want to go this way. I do want to go this way. I was trying to think of which way do I want the rolling hills to be. I want them to go this way. If I'm wrong, well, then I envisioned it wrong. I think it's right. Whoops. I know they think riding the bus would be the coolest thing ever. But last year was an unusual year. Right? And it was encouraged that if you could drive your kids, it was probably better and safer. I don't know what to expect this year. I feel like I say I don't know a lot. But they're still driving. And then Bo goes to 2nd grade. Robbie goes to kindergarten for the first time. Grace goes to 1st grade. So we have one in every grade. Robbie's in kindergarten. Lucy will go to preschool for the first time. She was old enough to go last year, but again, she didn't. We kept her home. So she is ready to go. And that will let Rosie be an only child in the morning for a little bit. All right, so there's our grass. And our road is showing as the black road, which looks great. And our tires. The only thing we have left is behind the windows. It was blue in the picture. What do you think? Should it be blue? Let me see what I have in. Some of this paper might look cool. That might look cool in the windows. I don't know why you have blue windows. I haven't quite figured that out. I think we're going to go with that. No Mimi school this year. I don't know. And I've got time. I'm gonna have some time for some stuff. I posted last week. My mom, in case you're new and you haven't heard my saga before. Ooh, does that look bad? I think that's okay. we're gonna go. Mom started, go that way. An adult daycare, which sounds horrible, but it's a senior day activity program. It's not an adult daycare. That's a really bad thing to say, because that really isn't what it is. And she is loving it. She's so happy. She gets to have lunch. She just goes for 4 hours, just for a little bit. And she went yesterday, was her first full, last week it was a test to see if she liked it. This week she really went. And she loved it. She loved everything about it. So super excited. And I love that she spends some time with people her own age, that has things in common. She played bingo the other day and yesterday and trivia. She's exhausted when she gets home. She has to take a nap. But it's so good for her. Okay, cool. All right, I think we did it, you guys. All right, so I am dying to know what's the theme of your embelly that you created, right? Okay, so let's get you out of the way. We are done with you. Oh, it's so good for her. It really is. All of her friends are, well, she has 2 friends that she used to live near before. Whoops, I almost fell off my chair. Mom had, almost 10 years now. Mom was in Hurricane Irene when it came through and it flooded out. She lived in a retirement mobile home park and it flooded. Oh, see, that looks so cute. Oh my gosh, I'm in love. All right, so let's put you together. So we're gonna take this is where I said you could use your Xyron. So a lot of her friends all got dispersed to different places. Mom came to live with us, and after a few stops in between, she lives actually in a garage. No, she lives in a converted garage. She does not live next to the lawnmower. At Sarah's house, and it's less than 1/8 of a mile from me. So I can do all the things for her. But she keeps talking, she still talks to her friends from her previous, when they lived together. And they all want, 1, they want her family, and 2, they want to go all the cool places she goes. I'm just excited that she has something fun to do and has something to look forward to. It was just so lonesome. And it was kind of the same thing every day. And, right? Oh, it looks so cool. I love it. All right, so, remember where I got rid of those, the lights and stuff? There's a mark because, hey, it's Cricut. So you could take a little gem, a little bling, and pop it in there, they're over here. I'm going to turn my air on in a minute, though. It is getting hot in here. If I was a gem, where would I be? Are you the gems? No, you're not. Okay. Gem, I thought I had other colors though, but you know what? We're gonna go with the black. That'll be fine. I thought I had a bling, but I don't have bling. And then we're just gonna pop that on. So many things you could add to this if you want, but right? Super cute card. Shannon, do they have 2 lights or 1? I feel like there's 2. No, that looks dumb. Oh, they have a light up here, right? Okay. So now I'm ready to put this on here, right? Super, super cute. And you could personalize it. You could put their name. You could add some little stickers. So many things. But you start with the basic idea. So instead of just a card with a square, with a rectangle, with a circle, you're going to get something really different. And your Cricut can do it in a really short time. Honestly, the embelly part is pretty quick. The figuring it out and all the other stuff takes a few minutes. Oh, right, fog lights. Okay, so you're going to go right here. Now, I was limited because I only had the green pen. It does come in other colors, and I probably would not have chosen the green. But that was the only one that is still functioning. I need to update my Joy supplies. So there we go. Right? So go grab that free embelly. It's going to give you not the bus. That's a Cricut image. This is a Cricut image. I know, choosing paper can kill you. It really can. I could have also taken another piece of design, pattern paper, and pop that back here if I wanted. Or if I'm a tone-on-tone person, that's me, I could have taken another piece of this and run it through my embossing machine and popped it behind there if I wanted to have a little bit more, if I don't like all this plain space, Susan. I could have done that. I could add some more, I could stamp up here. So the embelly gives you a jumping off point, but then there's so much more. All right. Well, thank you guys for coming and making me feel like I didn't make the biggest mistake. That you're okay with me, that you don't think that I'm crazy, that I came and I went and I came and I went and now I'm really here. It was a journey and I'm not sorry that I took it. I'm just happy that I found my way home. So, glad that you're all here. And there are new classes in the classroom. Remember, this month we're working on printables. I think Print Then Cut is one of the coolest features of the machine. Now that doesn't work with a Joy, so we'll be using either an Explorer or Maker, whichever one you have. I can't, Marianne. So we're going to use the printable skill, Print Then Cut, and we're going to do, there's some, you'll see the actual class is, I think it's next week, next Thursday. Thank you, Janie. And then we've got projects. There's 3 different projects. 2 are not scrapbooking. 1 is a scrapbooking one. Apparently I was, Sandy. I guess that's it. When I grow up and figure out what I want to do. I just, for some reason, thought it was time to move on, and I'd out-Cricketed the world, but I just didn't. So when you see somebody saying on Facebook, I just went to YouTube and I can't do it, and da-da-da-da-da-da, send them on over. We'll get them going. Send them to my VIP group. It's Cricut, Just Cricut. I'm pretty sure you're all in there, and I will, again, I'll put the link under this later. But that's just a great place to start. Don't let a friend go wandering aimlessly on YouTube trying to find out what to do with their Cricut. Come take one class and it will change your world, right? All of you know that. All right, everybody, have a great night. I will see, there's a bug in here. I will see you all later this week. I won't be going live every day. That's just a crazy adventure. But I'll be popping in and out. And I am here if you have any questions. I'll see y'all soon. Bye.